following program is brought to you by EY, building a better working world.
Digital transformation. It's been the phrase on everyone's lips in recent years, but do these buzzwords still mean anything? Our guest today answers a resounding yes to that question, and you want to hear her reasons why. Welcome to Firing Line. I'm Bill Kutik. Liz Fealy is Global People Advisory Services Workforce and Solutions Leader at EY, the consulting and accounting firm formerly known as Ernst & Young. She has a special window on digital transformation and its impacts on organizations and their workforces. I'm anxious to hear her unique insights. Hello, Liz. Glad you could be with us today.
Hi, Bill. Thank you for having me.
Liz, you know Ray Wang, sometimes the world's most important IT analyst, and his book. He was on the show 3 years ago when the book first came out, talking all about it. I got to tell you, most of it went over my head. So I'm looking at you because you're involved with large organizations in the middle of this process today to take us inside your experience and share it with us.
So digital transformation is really about changing the work. The work changes, be it because of artificial intelligence or machine learning or social media or the cloud. You know, Ray talked about business operating models change, and that changes the work. So there are three key things that our clients are really focused on as this is happening. The first one is, how do I get my workforce to adopt the new ways of working?
All right.
The second one is, do I have a workforce that's agile enough to take on new skill sets, or do I have to hire? And then the third one is, how do I create a digital culture where we can reinvent ourselves over and over again?
Seems like these are major fundamental changes that companies are going through. Can you share some specifics of what some of them have done to go digital?
I've recently worked with a media and telecommunications company that was digitally transforming its customer experience. And what they realized is, in order to do that, they needed to empower the employee experience as well.
Yeah, I think, I get it. It started off with the generalities of you got to have happy employees in order to make happy customers, but it's gotten a lot more specific since then. So tell us, this great employee experience, how do companies go about making it?
Yeah, I think there's three critical areas of focus. One is, what's your customer story and what's your employee story? How are you trying to transform the customer's life and make it better? And how does that help make the employee's life better? And what are the incentives in it for them? The second piece is really around intentionally designing the employee experience. A lot of times we have a perfectly designed customer experience. We can check our balances on the phone. We can make payments. Whereas the employee behind the scenes is going from 3 or 4 different systems, trying to really respond to all the customer questions. So really intentionally designing that and making that as smooth and seamless as possible is critical. And then the third thing is really getting the employees to change their behaviors. And that really, there's a lot of digital tools out there like Snapchat or digital, chat groups where I can deliver information to an employee that's very specific around what they need to do, when, and how.
I experienced the problem you mentioned about customer service reps every time I call the airline that I use.
100%.
They can never get it right there. Oh, I have to log into this other system.
Yeah.
Wow, now we're talking about a lot of change for the workforce. Do companies start getting nervous about whether they have the right workforce now?
Yeah, they do. That's one of the top questions we
Really?
get. Yeah, today we're working with a life sciences company that I think is doing a great job. They are connecting business strategy and workforce strategy and saying, as you do the business strategy, what are the people needs against that, and how do we plan for that go forward, either from hiring or training? And then they're also taking it down to a job level. So in the supply chain, people are working on machines, and the machines are producing, in this case, drugs. Today, they put Post-its on the machines when they break. Somebody comes by, they collect them, they log it, and a day or so later, somebody comes back and fixes the machine. Go forward, the machines are going to self-report, and people are going to have to diagnose and solve immediately.
Obviously, HR has an important role in all of this, and so much of it involves the talent. What does HR itself have to, how does it have to transform in order to get on the wagon?
Yeah, HR has a huge opportunity to really support the business through this entire transformation. Number one, really enabling the employee experience and looking at that and helping upgrade that approach. Two, really getting, like I mentioned, at the workforce planning aspects and getting the right talent in the door and trained up. And then third, creating a culture of digital adaptation. And I have one organization that hired a bunch of digital talent, and in some areas, it was like organ rejection. The leaders didn't know what to do with the talent. So how do you upskill your leaders to really be responding to a digital environment? We're seeing HR plays huge roles in all of that. So very exciting time.
Exactly. That often happens in mergers and acquisitions, too, that they reject each other like a body rejecting an organ. Liz, what a pleasure to learn so much in so few minutes. Thank you so much for coming by. It's just been absolutely great.
Thank you.
Don't miss next month's episode of Firing Line. Just click on the red subscribe box at the end. You'll get just one email notice right from YouTube when the next program is posted. Write your comments on this YouTube page, on our Facebook or LinkedIn pages, or send us an old-fashioned email to bill@kutik.com. It's really my length. We want to know what you're thinking. I'm Bill Kutik. Thank you for watching.